Welcome. This presentation synthesizes three literature searches I conducted to examine how relational, collective, cultural, and social identity frameworks shape career development across diverse populations. Findings draw on feminist, indigenous, cross-cultural, and intersectional scholarship and have direct implications for counseling practice. In Search 1, I examined relational and collective frameworks, asking how feminist, constructivist, and indigenous scholarship conceptualize career development beyond the individual. Search 2 investigated multicultural meanings of work across national value systems, religion, family structure, and collectivist orientations. Search 3 synthesized evidence on how race, gender, disability, language, age, and religion create differential access to career opportunities. Records for Search 1 were screened against 6 criteria. Sources had to address relational, collective, or land-based approaches, move beyond individualistic models, and center career development. Study type was inclusive, empirical, theoretical, and review articles were eligible, provided the source was peer-reviewed and connected to a recognized framework. All 10 sources in Search 1 position relationality as the dominant alternative to individualistic career theory. Bluestein and Numair argued that career development is inseparable from social, relational, historical, and cultural context. Flum extended this by framing vocational exploration as a relational process across the lifespan. Motulsky found that relational connections enhanced career transitions for midlife women, while disconnections hindered them. Feminist scholarship added further critique. Schultheis documented that many women define motherhood as a career, yet formal career theory does not recognize this. Kenny and colleagues translated this body of work into 4 relational tenets for counseling practice, centering relational challenges alongside vocational concerns. Results from Search 1 also included Indigenous and Pacific scholarship, which shifts the unit of analysis from the individual to the community. Povey and colleagues documented how Indigenous early career researchers at 21 Australian universities rejected hierarchical mentoring that reinforces white cultural capital, preferring strength-based models built on reciprocity and stewardship. Allen and colleagues described a Pacific framework, VA relationality, grounded in respect, responsibility, reciprocity, and holism. Career success is measured by collective well-being, not individual advancement. Billette and colleagues found that workplace participation simultaneously produces individual learning and remakes shared cultural practices. One significant gap emerged. Explicitly land-based frameworks for career development were absent from all 10 sources. Search 2's central finding is that work meaning is not universal. It is shaped by national value systems, religious traditions, family obligations, and locally specific orientations. Schwartz's cross-national framework, developed across 49 nations, identifies 3 bipolar cultural dimensions predicting work orientations. Cultures emphasizing mastery and hierarchy assign high centrality to work. Those emphasizing egalitarianism and intellectual autonomy develop entitlement norms, in which work is one life domain among several. A consistent limitation in this literature is that African and Arab countries remain underrepresented. Western frameworks dominate even studies conducted in non-Western settings, narrowing what the field understands about the meaning of cross-cultural work. In Search 2, I examined specific cultural forces that shape the meaning of work. For Hindu Indian women, Shenoy Packer and Buzanel found that dharma and karma operate as non-conscious ideologies. Work is not merely economic, but a moral and spiritual practice. Aju and colleagues found similar patterns in Nigerian contexts, where work is inseparable from family, leisure, religion, and community life. Stebleton found that Black sub-Saharan African immigrant students viewed work holistically, combining paid and unpaid roles within their families and communities. Gibson and Zelmer Brun showed that family and community metaphors for teamwork are culturally constructed. Fuad and Byers-Winston's meta-analysis found that career aspirations are relatively similar across racial and ethnic groups. Perceived opportunity to act on those aspirations differs significantly. In Search 3, I examined how social identities interact to shape career trajectories. Career development is shaped by intersecting identities and structural contexts, not by individual aspiration alone. Structural barriers include discriminatory hiring, pay gaps, limited access to high-visibility assignments, and hostile organizational climates, documented as patterns across multiple studies rather than isolated incidents. Mentoring and sponsorship by diverse senior leaders are among the strongest facilitators for underrepresented professionals. Affinity-aligned relationships provide access that formal institutional structures do not. Intersectional analysis reveals what single identity models miss. Women of color, immigrant women, and scholars with disabilities face compounded barriers. Park and Zhang found that linguistic profiling and accent discrimination shape career outcomes independently of technical qualifications. These three searches offer concrete guidance for counselors. From Search 1, relational challenges deserve attention alongside vocational concerns, particularly for clients in precarious work. Caregiving and motherhood are legitimate career identities. Relational networks, including family, mentors, and community, are career resources worth exploring. From Search 2, cultural formulation should inform career assessment. How religion, family structure, collectivism, and national values shape a client's work meaning is clinically relevant. Imposing Western individualistic models on clients from collectivist backgrounds is not a neutral act. From Search 3, counselors assess perceived barriers alongside aspirations. An intersectional lens is essential for clients holding multiple marginalized identities. Structural advocacy is a professional responsibility, not an optional extension of the counseling role. These three searches point toward four conclusions. Career development is constituted through relationships. Indigenous and Pacific frameworks shift the unit of analysis to the community itself. Work meaning is culturally situated, making universal career models insufficient. Race, gender, disability, language, and religion interact to create compounded barriers requiring multi-level responses. Two critical gaps remain. Explicitly land-based frameworks are absent from the career development literature, and African and Arab contexts remain underrepresented. As counselors, we hold both what the research shows and what it has yet to address.